Welcome back to PJChenDesign. This is PJ. Today I would like to show you how to create this surface and manipulate it in the Rhino 3D to create this flower petal. It could be a wood carving or CNC project as well. Are you ready? Let's get started. All right, so for the goal of this demonstration or tutorial, we wanted to create some sort of a flower petal shape. This could be a CNC project as well. Just want to show you how to manipulate this surface. So that's starting from the scratch. I'm going to moving this guy to the side just for the comparison, and we're gonna starting from the scratch here. All right, so that's starting by drawing a polyline. And we're gonna snapping into the 0, and we can coming up for whatever thickness right there. Now I'm going to have a 8 petal. So each of the petal, if you have a 360 divided by 8, and that will be 45. So I'm going to making a copy by rotate this guy for 22.5, and make sure I want to make a copy, so I make that degree and also minus 22.5. So then total from this point to this curve, that will be 45 degree. All right, so we are going to do our design within this area. So that's kind of zooming more and to draw our design. So we are going to starting with something the curve. So I'm gonna use this one. It's called control point curve, and we're going to start drawing our petal. It could be any shape that you like, and so I pretty much want to draw something maybe look like this. And if you don't like any of the point, you can always edit it. Maybe I don't want this caving, I want them to be a little bit more puffier, and this point might want to come in a little bit more like this shape. It's more elegant. Okay, so you can continue edit until you find a shape that you like. So I'm going to roughly get something like this. Okay, so that's the shape. All right, it's hard not to keep tweaking because just like every time you tweak, it seems to look a little bit better, but I should stop tweaking here. Okay, all right, so now I have this one. I'm going to simply just mirror to the other side and get something like this. And if you like it, the shape that you see, you can go ahead to join them. I always like to rebuild the surface. And now currently we have 19 points, so let's stay with the 19. And if you feel like this is too much a deviation, that you can, bump it up, so then the gap will be smaller if you like to do that. All right, and once you finish, you may want to continue to kind of play a little bit to make sure this is exactly curve that you want. Maybe I want to delete some curve. Some of the curve may be not necessary, so we can continue to edit this one, right? But now you need to edit like both sides at the same time. If you want them to move in the opposite direction, you want to use a 1D scale. Okay, all right, so let's take a look and see how that look like. Overall, we can use the polar array. Right, so we want to use a polar array command, and we want this guy for 8 of them. And let's take a look on the shape and see if this is the shape that you like. All right, once you confirm we don't actually need it, it's just for the reference. We just need to creating the surface within this area. So what I like to do is you creating the surface by using the revolve command. Under the revolve command, it will ask you like which curve you want to revolve, and we actually want to revolve this guy, snapping into the M point or 0 point, holding the shift key, click on anywhere on the top, and I want to revolve from here to here. All right, so they're not creating a surface within this area. Now we can edit this surface, but we don't need all the extra. So let's go ahead to using this curve, using the trim command to trim off the rest of the area. Now, if you turn on the control point, you're gonna realize you don't have a much point to turn it on because it's a degree 2 surface. So what you want to do is rebuild this guy first. All right, so how many points you want, it depends how many points you want to draw. If we want to have a 6 on the U, as you can see, the kind of increasing the number, and maybe I want to have 8 on the V and something like that. Make sure you want a degree 3, and we want to click OK. All right, so now you got a lot more point that you can play with. That's starting play with them. So I'm going to pick up the curve right in the middle. Let me turn it into the wireframe, and we want to pick up those curve, those two curve, those two curve, and on my side view or using my gumball, I'm going to bring them down. Okay, and let me move this away from the center so we can see the side view. Maybe right here in the middle, want them to go a little bit lower. So it's more like a spoon. It's kind of a caving, right? And maybe right at this part, I want them to go up a little bit, and maybe right at this part. Now, I wanted to have this part go up a little bit, but there's no point in the middle for me to edit. So under the control point, you have submenu, and right here you have insert a control point. So we want to pick up this surface, and we want to insert a point roughly right there. Okay, so now I can pick up those points and say, hey, you guys actually wanting to go up. Right, so you can kind of edit a little bit to get what you like. Now, if you feel like the tip need to come out a little bit more, so we can bring up those 6 or 9, and we can just moving it up like this. So you can keep tweaking until you find a shape that you like. Once you like the shape, let's double make sure it will work by taking the command for polar array. Then you got 8 of them. And let's take a look on the render view and see if that worked for you. Okay, if you don't like that, you just need to come back and keep dragging the editing and things like that. If you like that, and then you're not going to change it, we can simply just join all of them into one surface. Now to create a surface into the thickness, we want to use the command, say offset the surface, and you can choose to going up or going down. If you want to choose a solid equal, yes, and for whatever thickness, what I have here is 0.5 millimeter, and I can offset like downward as a direction, then I will pretty much get something look like this. All right. And if you like that sharp edges, that's fine. If not, you can fillet edges. Or another way that you can do is when you offset, you want a solid equal no, and you do the same thing for offset. Once you offset, you pretty much get two surface, and there's no border to make it solid. The way we are going to make it solid is we are going to use the blend surface and make sure chain edge is equal, yes. Right there, click on the chain edge, and you can click it here and click it here and hit enter. Now you have this rim right there. Apparently this is too fat, so I'm going to move it down both arm and to get them a little bit thinner, right? And double check if that is what you're looking for. If you like it, click OK. All right, so let's take a look on the render view, and you can see now I have the edge, and this is nice and round. So it really depends on how you like it. All right, so that is a part for the more flower looking things, and we can also put in a sphere right in the center for whatever size that you like, and just make them a little bit thinner. All right, so in the render view, then we'll have a circle right in the middle. Now let's talk about those thin looking things in the back. It looks like it is in opposite direction, like you have a really high peak right in the middle compared to the flower petal is kind of deep in there, right? So what we like to do is come back to here. We need to still using those two curves. This curve and this curve, it's going to be our reference. So let's go ahead to using the arc tool. You have the one as the arc, start, end, and point. So I'm going to start, end, and point for whatever look like a spider web, that kind of things. All right, so I'm going to hiding this guy right here, and let me hiding this guy too to show you how to create this surface. Now you could use revolve and trim it off the extra there if that is going to work for you. Actually, let me show you directly. The few way to make the surface, and they all gonna work, it's just the personal preference. You can use a revolve, and you can go revolve from this in the center, holding the shift, click on the top, and you wanted to, let me enlarge this guy, you want to revolve from here to here, right? And of course you got this surface and you don't need that extra, so you can use this one to trim off this one. Okay, so that's the way to get it from revolve. Now, another way to get the surface within that area, using the loft command, we're gonna loft from U to U, and we'll get something like this. Notice that it is a straight line because I'm going from this point to that point directly. Again, you can use this one to trim off the extra. You still will get the same thing like this. So that is from loft. Contour line slightly different, but the result is almost similar. All right. The third way that you can use is you have the command for surface from 2, 3, 4 edges. Right. Now, look at the way that I pick. If I pick 1, 2, and 3, and hit enter, you see this kind of all the point is toward to the left side, right? So I'm going to change the order of the clicking this one. If I click on this one first, 2 and 3, you're going to see now the orientation is more correct. So which curve you pick it first is quite important for the command that we were using, surface from 2, 3, or 4 edges. All right. So now I'm going to just using this one for my demonstration to continue for what we are doing. This one now is completely flat. So we are going to rebuild the surface to getting more point here. And in this case, we wanted to have maybe the same for six of them. And then we'll get preview and then we'll get something like this. Okay, now what I like to do is turn on the control point, and I want all the things close to the edge to be flared up, right? So I'm going to, using the selection tool, you have this one, it's called select point, and we're gonna call out this window right here. I pick up one point there and also pick up another point there, and I'm going to use this select V. It's easier for me to play something like that instead of clicking one by one. I'm also going to select all the point maybe on the top right there. All right, so let's give it a try. If we coming into the right view and we want to use a rotate tool and we're gonna bring up something like this, you can notice that if you take a look on the render view, and you can see I kind of have this flare out things, right? And that's one way to do it. And the reason I got two of them is because my rotate copy is equal yes. Now another thing that we can do, instead of raise up the side, maybe we can just bring down the middle one, and we wanted to have it go down like this. So then we have the side look like it's raised. All right, so it's up to you which way that you prefer. I like to use the combination. So actually I'm going to pick up this point and also going to select all the V. I'm also going to select those right here, and I prefer to have them tilted this way. So I'm going to rotate it, make sure copy equal no, and I'm going to bring them up a little bit, right? So now I have something like this. So what can we do with this? I may have it too deep because I was using both of them. So make sure that you get what you actually looking for. Now I'm going to use this one, and we are going to use the polar array one more time for 8 of them, and take a look on how it look there, right? So it has that spider web looking things. So now this piece, it become one piece, and we want to make them into the solid. So the command we're gonna do is duplicate the border, and we want to duplicate this border right there. All right, so now we have this border. We just need to extrude it into whatever thickness that we want and join it back to the surface on the top. And now what we have is we just need to close the button. So the command gonna use is use cap command, and we'll join together. So let's call it back to the flower that we like. So after we call the flower back, we can still adjust it. Maybe this is too puffy. Maybe the flower need to go down. I just realized the button is not closed with the cap. So it's because the surface on the top we create a border is not a straight line, but that's fine. We can simply just draw a surface and cover everything. Now we want to use that surface, move it down to where you wanted to trim it, and you want to trim everything below that line. And you also want to use this guy to trim off the surface that we just create, right? So it will create a surface that's fitting into the bottom of it, and we can just join it together. Right? So now that's how you get this one, and you can continue to adjust the thickness. If that doesn't work for you, you can kind of move it up and down, scale it up and down to get what you like. I think I create too much space right in the middle, but I'm not gonna change it. I will leave it that to you. So you can get something like this kind of a medallion look, and you can use for CNC on your woodwork or making a piece of jewelry. Will be really interesting pendant. Do you have experience that you follow the tutorial completely, but it doesn't come out the result that you like? My Jewelry CAD Masterclass with a private group coaching program where I personally will guide you through your learning process and for you to ask me questions every single week. If you're interested to learn Jewelry CAD design with me, sign up the Jewelry CAD Masterclass, and the link is in the description below. Hope to see you in the course. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next.